And that Vaseline. What's up, y'all? It's another day. Damn, look at our teeth. I used to have such beautiful teeth. Yeah. Whoa. Shut up. Vaseline, man.
Last night, I couldn't even get an answer. I tried to call,
and I'm breaking out.
And I'm sitting here.
Damn, Diddy. Y'all tune in, man. And the way I feel, I want to curl up like. Damn, the lyrics hit hard now. Neo's coming in a little bit.
I know you can hear me. I know you can feel me. I can't live without you.
I found Neo.
Make me better. I wish I wasn't the way I am.
Shout out to Twan, you know what it is. We about to have a good stream. What's up? Shit, another day. Did he do it? Did he not do it? Damn. It's another day in paradise, man. We alive. Praise to the Most High. We alive. Let me not be Neo. This is Neo. When I got these glasses on, I'm Neo. Let me go back to Black Adam. Hold on. Hello. Shout out to the Most High. We in here. We alive, baby. Life is good. They'll probably let me die. Y'all drop a like, leave a comment. We about to go in today. I want to curl up like a I'm so low, I'm so. Somebody just opened the door. Oh shit, let me close it. To make you come back. Y'all get ready, man. Drop a like, man. Drop a like. We about to go in. We about to discuss. How do you start a poll? Hello from the UK. Last night. We alive, thank God. Oh, call me. That's my dance, y'all. With this blanket. Free clandestine. Free my people everywhere. Shout out to my black brothers and sisters everywhere. Free everybody. Shout out to India. Shout out to everybody in here. We about to go in. Shout out 13 out of 100. Shout out 13 out of 100. Whatever that means. What up, cuz? You know what it is. Shout out to America. The best country in the world. I will always. Oh, I will. If you could only see. Y'all drop some likes for me. I need some likes. Please drop some likes for me. Thank you. Baby, won't you come and take this pain away? Do y'all know why I'm playing this song? Drop in the comments if you know why I'm playing this song. Everybody drop in the comments while we playing this song. So they know what's going on. Drop in the comments while we playing this song. 13 out of 100. And I'm sitting here with this blank expression. And the way I feel, I want to curl up like a child. Which is the best states? Hey, so who knows why I played that song? Do you guys know why I played that song? Shout out to everybody tuned in. If you tuned in, this is The Resistance. Shout out to you guys. You guys know why I played the song? Can somebody write in the comments why I played the song? My bad, my other phone. Yeah, y'all drop in the comments. Why did we play that song? What's going on in the news? Because that's what we finna talk about today. Today's episode is about Diddy. Shout out to Keisha, though. Shout out to Keisha. But do y'all know why we played that song? Because Diddy just caught a Rico. Damn. Germany, best states. Eminem or Diddy. Don't even matter. Anyways, we're going to get started. Shout out to Twan. Twan in here. Twan, if you still in here, shout out to you. Let me see when I find you. Hold on, Twan. Let me see. 1 second. Twan is the moderator today. Twan, handle the chat for me. Let them do what they do because I had to get started. Shout out to everybody who's in here, man. My face is oily, man. I tried. Look, if y'all know anything that's good for skin products that will help, my skin is very weird. It doesn't absorb properly. So right now my skin is oily because I put on some, what is it called? I put some Vaseline on. You feel what I'm saying? And I was trying to make sure everything's good. So I was trying not to come in this place like, you know, kind of dry and stuff. But if I look a little shiny, I got the Vaseline on my face. Pause. Big pause. Anyways, yeah, so we in here because Diddy caught a Rico. For those of you who don't know which Diddy I'm talking about, did he do it, did he not do it? I'm talking about Diddy, Puff Daddy. Big pause again. I'm talking about Puffy. I'm talking about Sean Diddy Combs. So you guys know him as the music mogul. In the black community, we know him as one of the billionaires, right? He's one of the big billionaires that made it to be noticed is noticed and noted is the fall of wealthy black men in America. I find it so interesting because I always ask myself, and shout out to my white brothers and sisters everywhere, but I ask myself, are males of other races not doing the same thing? Shoot, my brother called me. Yeah, so why aren't these people being caught up? So when it comes down to it, like I said, we're going to drop a lot of gems today. But before we get started, we got to set up Coley Blues with the news. Hold on. Coley Blues with the news. So we're going to give y'all the news of what happened. Yep, they did throw Diddy under the bus. Look, now my stream messing up. Now my stream messing up. Look at that. Now my stream is messing up. They talking about the transmission unstable. Can y'all still see me? This is messed up. Look at this. Now my stream messing up. That's the what is it called? Man, that's the what do they call the people that control the world? That's the New World Order. Maintain smooth streaming. I'm telling you guys, when you try and wake people up, they turn around and tell you all this stuff. If my stream messes up, I'm sorry, guys. But like I said, we're gonna talk about it. So Coley Blues with the news. So first off, Diddy got indicted, right? And he got arrested, Rico charges. The indictment alleges that Combs and others he associated with were members of a criminal organization that engaged in severe illegal activities. It keeps glitching. Look at that. I'm telling you, they listening. Hold on. They listening. 1 second. 1 second. They listening. 1 second. Look at this shit. Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Look at this shit. It's fixed? All right, we good. Damn, we lost everybody, but it's all good. We're going to keep going. So like I said, the indictment alleges that Combs and others that he associated with were members of a criminal organization that engaged in several illegal activities, including sex trafficking, forced labor, prostitution-related transportation and coercion, narcotic offenses, kidnapping, arson, robbery, and obstruction of justice. Shout out to my black brothers and sisters everywhere. I'm here to tell you guys, I jumped off the porch at an early age, and I'm here to tell you guys, don't do it. Do not do it. You are being watched. For example, y'all just seen my stream messing up because I'm talking about this stuff. We are being watched. We are being watched. Nobody can break free from the matrix. That's why when I put on these shades, hold on, let me put on these shades. When y'all see me put on these shades, right, this show that the things that I say are allegedly, of course, they're allegedly, and at the same time, these are my opinions because I don't want people to commit acts in my name and then next thing you know, boom, somehow, some way I'm sent in jail. So these are my opinionated statements. But at the same time, right? At the same time, my opinionated statements are rooted in facts, okay? Always believe that what I'm saying is speaking from a place of factuals. So yes, we are being watched. So don't do no, if you a black person right now and you see my stuff, don't be a good person. Be a square, as they like to say. You get no cool points playing the street game. You get no cool points at all trying to be cool. When you try and be cool, especially to the black men, the ladies not going to listen. Black men, I can get to you. So when you try to be cool, I'd rather be out here right? Mentally enslaved out here with a bunch of ladies. Don't do it. Next thing. So like I said, we're going to get into the, hold on, I'm pulling up the website. 1 second. Like I said, gentlemen, don't do it. And see, and the issue that happened with Diddy, the main issue was he saw himself as above the law. And I'm saying the law is the matrix that we live in. So nobody is above this matrix. I said this in my other episode, I believe yesterday. You can't make it out the matrix, right? And the matrix is the thing we call life, the game of life. Even in the case of a lot of things that he did. And specifically, I'm gonna focus on the prostitution. I'm not going to say it the right way because I don't want them to shadow ban my stream. But you know, the prosties, right? When it comes to the prosties, right? The issue with the prosties, the reason why you can't just go up to a woman and pay her for her services is because you're cheating the game. So the reason why they want you to take them out and all this stuff is because women are part of this matrix. They're part of the game. Whether or not you realize it, let the record show too. I'm showing you guys my eyes so you know, in case they try to say something happened to me. It's not going to be now, but maybe in the future, whatever, because I'm trying to wake people up. I'm perfectly coherent. I'm perfectly coherent. I'm coherent. Everything I say, I might joke and shit like that. No, I'm perfectly coherent. I'm here. I'm an educated man. I'm telling y'all what I know and what I noticed based off of my own personal perspective. It may not be entirely accurate, but like I said, when it all comes down to it and we put everything back together, my own opinionated statements rooted in facts. So with that being said, yes, the matrix is in the Bible. Shout out to Twan. So you mess up the matrix if you try and go pay a woman directly for her services. You know why? You know, the Fetty Gov, the government, we call him the Big G over here. On this podcast, shout out to the chat and everybody who come through, the Big G. So the Big G cannot benefit from you paying a woman directly. Indirectly, they benefit, but they benefit more when you pay her as well as the establishment that you take her to, right? Because of the taxes, and the establishment makes money as well, right? And then the multiple places that you go. So let's say you go on a date with a woman, right? If you go on a date with a woman, you can't just straight up ask her unless she's selling herself and she keeps it on the DL. And most women not going to keep it on the DL. And the reason why is because they benefit from exposing who they're dealing with. If you're a man of influence, and like I said, these are all the topics we're going to touch on today. I'm going to try and keep it brief. But it's certain things like as a man, what I want you guys to realize is you don't know who you're going to be in the future. It don't matter what you do. You could be a bum on the street today. You have no clue. You have no clue. No idea who you're supposed to be in the future. With that being said, you have to be extra mindful of how you deal with women. Because the women are going to be your downfall. Shout out to Twan. Twan said it too. In the Bible, it talks about women being a man's downfall. Women can take down kingdoms. You have to be very, very careful. All this stemmed from a woman taking him down. And I'm not saying she was, you know, shout out Cassie. I'm not saying she was wrong in what she did or whatever. I'm just saying, look at the facts. Because look, she still got paid. I believe it was 20 million or some odd number. And they still took him down. And now what they're doing is the Matrix is coming to reap what he sowed. So basically, the piper is trying to be paid right now. So the Matrix being the Big G and everybody who had some kind of bad interpretation with him or whatever, a bad blow with him, they're all coming for their money. And he just got denied bond too for $50 million. So when it comes down to it, more than likely, he's not going to beat the case. And he's going to sit. When it comes to federal cases, people don't know this. Normally, the way it goes, you know, he's a high-profile person, celebrity person, so it might be different. But normally, the way it goes is, you know, you sit for 2.5 to 4 years before they even touch your trial. So he's going to sit. And the mistake he made, I'm not going to say the mistake he made because I don't want people to think, oh, you know, these are my plans in case I do something wrong. But he made a mistake. I'm going to just say the mistake that he made was staying in America, knowing that people was out to get him and trying to get him. He should have left. He should have left. If I was Diddy, I would have went to a whole nother country where they have no extradition, right? No extradition, and nobody would have heard from me. And I would have had my billions and I would have kept paying it under the low. Nobody would have heard from me until they try to seize my assets. That's it and that's all. But, fellas, game, let's bring it all back to full circle. So what it comes down to, gentlemen, the way this matrix is want. You feel what I'm saying? You'll have access to the women that you want. But every single woman, whether or not you realize it, you are paying for. You don't only pay in money. You don't only pay in money. You pay in energy, you pay in time, you pay in resources. If that woman feels like you haven't given her enough of what she wants, she's going to try and take it from you by any means necessary, because society will fault you as the man for making mistakes. They won't fault her for making a mistake. So let's flip it around. With Cassie, whatever happened, right? You know, if we seen a reverse, she would have went to jail, made bond same day, charges probably would have been dropped. Because he's a man, on top of that, shout out to my black brothers and sisters everywhere, because he's a black man, because he's a dark-skinned man, that's why they throwing the book at him. Y'all got to peep this stuff. In America, that's how it goes. I don't know. Me in the future, I can't tell y'all what I got planned in the future, but I plan to make money off of all the stuff I'm telling you guys in the future, because it needs to be documented how these things keep happening. And they keep blaming us. But what it comes down to is, when somebody stays in a certain situation, and I'm telling you, men in general, and this is to all men, if you're in an abusive relationship with a woman, right, and she stays, even if she stays, they're going to blame you. Look, gentlemen, look, I'm going to get very personal here. I've been in domestic violent relationships. I can say that because the person actually tried to hit me, fight me, has hit me, multiple instances where they hit me. I've been in domestic violent relationships with women. It was my fault because I put myself there. On top of that, if they were to go right now, right, and the reason why they haven't is because, of course, I have no influence. They'll probably do it in the future. They can go to the police and turn around and say, I did something to them. They're the aggressor, and I'd still get in trouble because I didn't know how to react in that situation. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to be in that position. And that's why I come back and say again, as a man, you don't know who you're going to be in the future. The reason why these women did what they did to me, right, is because I knew who I was going to be in the future. I was aware of it, and they were too. So, like I said, y'all listen to my music. I didn't blow up like that, right? I ain't blow up like that, but people knew who I was. So I already had the fame before money and everything. People in my city knew of me. I'm talking about, imagine you walk out, hey, you look so familiar. Haven't I seen you somewhere? Like, I was from Palm Beach down to like South Miami. Shout out to my city. With that being said, like I said, women will turn around and set you up in a certain kind of way or do certain things to you, and you won't see it coming. And they're going to gaslight, manipulate, shame, and guilt trip you for the situation that they'll put you in. Fellas, if you even smell a woman trying to play with you or set you up for something, I say one chance. I give a girl one chance now. You have one chance because of my past. You have one chance. After that, you cut. You cut off. I can't stay with you. I can't deal with you. It's not worth it. Because if you become a man that wins the lottery tomorrow, they're going to turn around and say, hey, you did this to me. You did that to me. I didn't consent. How could you do this to me? And what they're looking for is a handout. So what Cassie did, right? Cassie did that. Cassie stayed, right? And coincidentally, she stayed. And after that, she said, because I stayed, I needed to be paid out for what I had to deal with when I stayed. But also, believe me when I say this, she participated willingly. She was there drinking up all the drink and smoking the smoke, telling you she was there willingly. Like I said, let's say she wasn't there, if she was there unwillingly. She could have low-key, called the police, set up a whole sting operation and everything. Yes, she stayed voluntarily. And a lot of women do that. And the reason why a lot of women do that is because when you're a man of influence, or you can potentially become a man of influence, women see better than us. This is what I try to tell you guys. When you come on this page, I'll try and teach you about the ladies. Women see better than us. The reason why women see better than us, because women start their life earlier than us. So fellas, I'm here to tell you, if you didn't know, now you know. It's like women try and act like they're innocent. They're having, they're engaging in sexual activities from the moment they start puberty. Y'all know what age that is. They won't tell you that, though, because they have to sell you on the idea of purity. But no, women start their life much earlier than us as men. So unless you was getting girls in high school and middle school, right? You was just sitting at home playing video games, trying to play sports, trying to become a ball player or whatever. If you wasn't doing no drugs, you was just a good boy. You had your purity. So because of that, women are understanding what men have, what men are capable of from the moment of 10 up. So as they get older, that's why because we think women are sugar and spice and everything nice, but they aren't really essentially sugar, spice, everything nice. They know how to set up situations. They create moments with you. When you hear the words like trauma bond being thrown loosely around, no, they set these moments up purposely with you because they've done it before. They've done it before, they'll do it again. So for example, if the whole issue with Cassie, right? If that was the first instance where she's ever been in an abusive relationship before, she more than likely might have stayed, but even then she would have probably left. But then you have to ask yourself, is that her first abusive relationship? Because then it's like, okay, that's why she stayed. But at the same time, she ultimately stayed because Diddy was a billionaire. As a woman can recognize, I might not come across another billionaire. I might have to do all this kind of crazy stuff to be with another billionaire. Even then, if I can't get a billionaire or a millionaire, I won't be able to get used to a life again with a person who has no money, or I have more money than them. It doesn't make sense to me. This is what a woman's thinking at all times. So she plans her escape. Divorce, court order, whatever, spousal support. This is what women do. So anyways, like I said, when we get into what Diddy did, hold on one second, y'all. Stay never loaded. Stay never loaded. And shout out to everybody who come in here, man. You come in here, drop a like, leave a comment. Let me see. Okay, so a brief look at Sean Combs' history of controversies and allegations. So Sean Diddy Combs was indicted on multiple charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering in September, and he has a prolonged history of alleged violence dating back to the 90s. So what we have to notice when it comes to this specific issue, Diddy's been a problem for a while. So he's had a lot of instances where he's done things. He's connected to multiple things in the street game. And that's why I tell y'all, stay away from the streets. It's not worth it because you're going to be dealing with people like this. And Diddy's so powerful to the point where, you know, people don't really have anything bad to say about him. But it's not because he wasn't necessarily a bad guy. He can pull strings. He had that kind of pull a couple years ago. Like, I'm going to say like 2010, you know, because time be flying, right? We're going to say like 2010, whenever Cassie came out with, I miss you, girl. I'm going to make you my official girl. Yeah, he had that kind of pull back then. And like I said, this man is a billionaire. So how hard is it to say, hey, I'll give you $1 million to go kill this person right now. I'm going to put a bag on this person's head for the milli, for another milli, for another milli. So he had that kind of pull. So people, you know, all they say little things like stay away from Diddy's freak offs. Oh, you know, if Diddy tell you go to a party, don't go with him to the party. It's little things like that you got to pay attention to. It's the reason why people say all these things, but don't say nothing. That's why I describe it as like the music industry. Everybody say they want to sign a deal until they sign a deal. Then everybody comes out and says signing the deal was the worst thing I ever did. So like I said, let's get into the story. After facing multiple lawsuits in recent months, alleging sexual assault and other crimes, Sean Diddy Combs was indicted September 17 on charges of sex trafficking by force, racketeering conspiracy, fraud or coercion, and transportation or transporting for prostitution. Combs' attorney, Mark, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Mark, called it an unjust prosecution and said his client is an innocent man with nothing to hide. Fellas, more free game. Like I said, I drop gems on here. So me telling you, in this matrix, right, if you get with women, right, let's say you get with a bunch of women and say, hey, ladies, this is what we're going to do. This is why pimping is dead, too. I say, you know, pimping ain't easy, but pimping is dead because unless you in the hood with it, if you become a man of money, you can't do this no more. So you can't go with a bunch of women and say, hey, look, unless they doing OnlyFans and you're their manager, you can't say, hey, we're going to go make this money and I'm going to manage you guys. And you guys are going to go sleep with multiple celebrities and multiple men of influence and bring me back the money. And I'm going to take care of you guys and everything's going to be paid for. Your bills, taxes, everything's going to be paid for. And, you know, you guys bring me most of the money and I'll pay you a cut. You can't do that. Again, they trying to ruin the stream again. Goddamn. They trying to ruin the stream again. 1 second, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all gems. They trying to ruin the stream. Y'all let me know the stream good. Is the stream good? They trying to ruin the stream again. Is the stream good? It says transmission's bad. Let me see. Is the stream good? They trying to ruin the stream. Damn, I'm telling you, giving y'all gems. They don't want y'all to know this information. Because if y'all know this information, oh, is the stream good? Look, now the stream messing up. Damn. Why they trying to mess up my stream, though? They trying to mess up the stream. It's back? All right, we back in here. Damn, they trying to mess up the stream. I don't know why they doing that. Like I said, I feel like they listening, and the reason why they doing that is because you can't know this information as a man, because if you know this information as a man, right? If you know this information as a man, you're going to be able to catch yourself before you mess up. Stream not good again? Stream good? Hopefully the stream's good, because it says the transmission is unstable due to a weak network connection, which I have no clue how because I pay my bills. All right, so we back in here. Like I said, gentlemen, you try and turn around and go make some bread with women now. If the government doesn't have their hand in it, if it's cash and all that, you're doing sex trafficking by force. So if these women agree to go sleep with men for you and bring you back money, right? And they come to an agreement with you and you don't put it on paper, you're sex trafficking them. If you put it on paper, you're sex trafficking them. It becomes a Rico, because now if they catching flights and all that, this is sex trafficking. The reason why is because ideally when it comes, and like I said, it's the matrix, so I'm breaking it down to you. When it comes to the idea of feminism, y'all got to understand feminism is a two-way sword. So feminism, man, to not be a slave to a woman anymore. But feminism is bad. Women now have the ability to spin the idea that you coerced them or you forced them to make money for you, when y'all might have came to an agreement and said, we're going to get this money together. That's why I tell you, men, pay the cost to be the boss so you can do it yourself. Because a woman will turn around and tell the police this and that, and they're going to take her side before they take your side. So the way they spin it, right, they make it seem, and we're going to see, because when it comes to Ricos, they only get you when they have a high chance of being able to convict you, because it's like a 90% conviction rate. So the way they make it seem as if Diddy got a gun, and you know he might have, because they said he was a little loose cannon, right? So they make it seem like he got a gun, right? He took this gun, cocked it, pointed it at them and said, hey, you're going to go sell sex for me, and if you don't, I'm going to kill you. Now, he might have, right? He might have. I highly doubt that's what happened, but he just might have. We don't know. Anywho, in November, Cassie Ventura kicked off what became a tsunami of accusations. And like I said, it all started from a woman. That's why y'all got to be careful of the women you deal with and how you deal with them. If they are not trying to be on your kind of time, you leave them alone. Don't convince them. I used to be the dude that tried to convince a girl, why you can't do this my way? Why we can't do it like this? Do not waste your time. At the end of the day, if a woman wants to be kept by you, this is a gem, by the way, a gem from Neo. If a woman wants to be kept by you, she will be kept by you. You don't have to do nothing. If she wants to be with you, stream messed up again, y'all. Damn. All right, stream back. All right, so yeah, like I said, leave him alone. Shout out to Twan. Leave him alone. There's no need to waste your time. And this is another thing, gentlemen. Don't chase these hoes. Chase the bag. Chase the bag, and the woman gonna chase you because you got the most resources. Feel me when I say that. When I be driving through where I'm at right now, and I be by the college and shit, them girls be staring at me because they looking at my whip, and my whip ain't even all that. And I got the cracked mirror in the front. My shit cracked. I gotta fix it because a rock hit me, hit my car and shit. So my shit cracked, and because all I gotta do is get my car washed, they staring at me. They sending me them choosing signals. I'm not even a dating coach like that, but I'm telling you, choosing signals, like they looking at me waiting for me to say, hey, how you doing? And I don't say nothing to them because I know what happens if I step into their life. I ain't got time for all that. But yeah, so look, Cassie set this off, and shout out to Cassie for doing what she needed to do for herself. Protect yourself, ladies. Do that too. But please remember, gentlemen, if you're not careful with these women, this can potentially be you. And I'm going to keep telling you, you don't know who you are and who you're going to be in the future. Just use the women as an example. If you have pretty women, or if you have women coming up to you in general, trying to fuck with you, like on that level, you feel me, trying to get cuffed by you and all that, you might not realize who you are, but they can see something in you that you can't see in you, and you better keep that in mind when you're dealing with these women. So in November, Cassie Ventura kicked off what became a tsunami of accusations against Combs, with a lawsuit against Combs in New York federal court that included graphic claims of sexual assault, physical abuse, and an allegation that Combs, her ex-boyfriend, would force her to have sex with male sex workers while he watched. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. I can't say nothing per se, but please believe me, I'm pretty sure I can't even say what I want to say, because if I say what I want to say, they're going to turn around and cancel me in the future. But y'all know where I'm going with it. Y'all already know where I'm going with it. The recent charges are not the first controversies that the music mogul and entrepreneur has faced over the years. Combs has attempted to rebrand himself as Brother Love, but he has a prolonged history of allegations of violence dating back to the 90s. So like I said, you know, they spared him for 20 years and he ain't changed his behavior. And this is another gem for the men. Men, shout out to my brothers everywhere. White brothers, black brothers, yellow brothers, green brothers. Only color I see is green. It's the matrix. I see the numbers and I see green. Understand this. In life, you must evolve. You're not born here to be the same as you go through life. If you're not evolving, wherever you are, look around you and look at the people around you and lose them people. And if you got to be by yourself for a little bit, be by yourself. You need to be evolving. That's human nature. You must evolve. My advice to you is to evolve for the better. Not everybody's going to listen. Some people will evolve for the worse. But you need to be evolving as a man. You have to evolve into a better place, and you need to understand what's going on, become self-aware what's going on around you. You need to be in complete understanding of what's going on in your life, where you're trying to take your life, what you're trying to do, and who you're dealing with, and what level you're dealing with them at. He's never been convicted of a serious crime, but he has repeatedly been accused of having violent encounters with everyone from his exes, Ventura and Gina, who alleged physical abuse in 2019, to executives Steve Stout and rappers like J. Cole and Drake. Combs' attorney Ben Brofman told the New York Times that Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. And you wonder why they would spare him? Yeah, of course, you know why they spared him, because they want that money. He got that money. So this is another thing too. Shout out to we don't fuck with each other because she set me up, but she know who she is. And that's what I'm saying. You can't play these games. I got set up by this girl. I used to sleep next to this girl. Shout out to Chanel. Chanel told me, right? Chanel, and I'm saying her middle name. She knows who she is. I don't know if she watched my shit, but you know, we don't fuck with each other like that. I'm not gonna say her first name. Shout out to Chanel. So Chanel used to tell me, Chanel worked security at like a store, right? So she told me what they do is they let you steal a certain amount and let you get away with the crime up to a certain extent, right? And once you keep getting away with this crime, once you get to a certain number where they can, you know, charge you at the highest level or whatever, that's when they call the feds. That's when they call the police and say, okay, go arrest this person. And then when they sit you down in that room, they show you all the instances where you did this, did that, and they caught you on camera. So like I said, we know why they did it. I think it's a twofold reason. First reason, of course, the dollar signs, the money. You know, once you stop playing the game, you eject yourself from the game. Diddy's getting to that point where he's not playing the game per se no more. And when I say playing the game, he's not producing money per se. He's making money, but the money he's making, the government is probably not accessing. They're not getting much of that billion. He's sitting on that money. So if you don't play the game, right? If you don't play the game, they will turn around and eject you from the game, but they will try and get theirs. The perfect example is Bill Cosby. With Bill Cosby, in the hood, we say what really happened was Bill Cosby was sitting, him and his wife were sitting on their house. They were sitting on oil. And they won't tell you this, but if you go research it, that's what they say the conspiracy is. So they found oil at his place and they wanted to dig the oil, and him and his wife said no. And then next thing you know, all these women came out from years ago. And always peep game too, because this was years ago. How can they even remember? And supposedly he sexually assaulted multiple white women. That's why I tell you, gentlemen, you have to be careful, be mindful, especially now, because you might turn around and be playing like a certain kind of game with a woman, right? You know, y'all can have a certain dynamic in y'all relationship where she likes when you're rough with her, or she likes when you call her names. Like, you know, she'll say, oh yeah, I like when you degrade me. Like, you know, there's certain humiliation kinks and all that, right? She'll like that kind of stuff. And then turn around and tell the police she never liked it. Now you sending her these text messages and all this, right? Next thing you know, the police go back and you delete the messages. They're still there. The police go back and look through the messages. So why you kept calling her a B word and all this stuff, and they never knew that you guys talked about that humiliation kink. That's why I tell you, you gotta be careful as a man. You gotta be very careful. I don't even send girls, and gentlemen, take this advice. Don't even tell girls like stuff that you'll do to them and all that. Talk about it in person. Talk about it in person, because whatever you say to a woman, if you didn't know, this is a gem too. Everything you say to a woman, good or bad, she has screenshots, she holds receipts. The reason why she holds receipts, in case she can use it against you. That's the sick game that they play. That's why you got to be extra careful. They won't tell you. You can go ask them, right? Go ask them. Shout out to the ladies who speak the truth and tell facts. But most of them won't tell you. They'll say, why would I do that? But I guarantee you, look, fellas, I've had girls that I've dealt with send me pictures of us back when we was in a relationship and literally tell me, hey, when you blow up and stuff, I'm going to post this so people know. And, you know, they think it's not the flex that they thought. Because I'm like, bro, you know what you doing? Yeah, that part. Shout out to Twan. Twan said, crazy how the average man has to move like a mob boss now. Yes, it's insane. You got to move like that. It's crazy. It's fun to me. It's kind of fun, but it's a little scary. And the reason why it's scary, because it's like, bro, why? And it's because women are now paid to do these kind of things to men. That's the society we live in. Gentlemen, I said this yesterday. I'm going to say this again. Whether or not you realize it, gentlemen, we are at war. You know what the war is against? Our mind, our mental, and social media. We are at war. You might not be aware of it, but as a man, you are at war against society, because society will tell you if you're a man who's strong or if you're a man who has certain values and principles that you follow, society will tell you that you're bad for thinking that way and you need to be weak like the rest of the people around you. I'm here to tell you, don't do it. You can do what you do, whatever you do, and do what you do. But like I said, as a man, carry yourself as a man and move as such. That's the one thing I had to know. One thing I had to do in my life, and the reason why I'm even here right now is because I always let my nuts hang. Fuck what anybody talking about. I've been letting my nuts hang since I left my city, and I didn't want to do it. I was scared to do it. I just didn't tell nobody I was scared, because I knew if I said I was scared, they would tell me don't do it. So, like I said, as a man, another thing too, another gem. Y'all hold y'all nuts, man. Y'all can't sleep with every girl. Like, if that girl don't look like, if she look like she's trying to set something up, you can't touch every girl. Don't try and touch every girl. You can't sleep with them all. It's impossible. Trust me, I've tried myself. You can't sleep with every girl. Y'all got to be careful out here. Anyways, back to Diddy. So for the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Mr. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. You see what I mean, gentlemen? He was sleeping next to this girl at one time, and she demanded that payout, or else she was going to write a damaging book to his reputation. Fellas, more gems. I said this before. I'm going to say this again. When it comes to these ladies, women have no loyalty to you. You might think they do, they don't. Not even your mother. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, if they're not benefiting from you, they don't see a reason to be with you. They have to benefit from you to want to be with you. And if you don't want to be with them, they want to still benefit from you. So she threatened his legacy, right? She threatened his legacy or $30 million because she knew that he had the money to pay her. And it's another thing too, gentlemen. When you start touching that bag, bro, you start touching that bag, like this next time around when I start touching that bag, nobody's going to know. You can't tell nobody. If you got a therapist, tell your therapist. Shout out to the therapist, people who go to therapy. Yeah, you got to tell your therapist. You can't tell nobody. And even then, you can't really tell your therapist. You got to keep it to yourself. And the reason why you have to keep it to yourself is because people will come out the woodworks. People will come out the woodworks that you have met in life with a business idea that they thought of and literally, exactly, count up and shut up, and literally think in their head and convince themselves that you have to give them your money that you work for. Excuse me. My bad, y'all. That you have to give them your money that you work for. Me personally, the way I move, only people entitled to my money is me and mines. If my girl's part of my team during that time, cool, right? If she part of my team during that time, cool. If she not, it's still cool. But only person I'm worried about is me, my brother. Shout out to my brother. Me, my brother, our future kids. That's the only thing I see. Shout out to my parents too, but my parents know what it is. I'm cold. I'm cold. I'm cold. Like charcoal. I'm cold. My heart is black because I seen a lot of shit and I had to do a lot of shit by myself. Me, whenever I have my kids, and shout out to my BM, whoever that may be, my brother, his, whoever he with, and our kids. That's it and that's all. Because I ain't have shit. And when I ain't have shit, I couldn't go to nobody. And shout out to the people who I could go to, because I know who you are and I remember you and I'm thankful for what you did for me. All of y'all get one chance. One chance, and that one chance is based off of whatever you helped me with in that time. And I have good memory, and I wrote all of that down just because. But yes, gentlemen, I'm saying all that to say, when you get to a point of influence or you start making that bag, I'm talking about, like right now, I can't tell y'all my goals, but like I said, let's say you making like $5,000 a day. You making $5,000 a day and you not working a job, you don't tell nobody. You go in the mirror and tell yourself, you get excited, good job, good job. Yeah, good job. You tell nobody. You keep that shit to yourself. You don't tell your parents. Do not tell nobody, because everybody's going to think they deserve a handout. So with her, like I said, She did all of this because she wanted to be paid out. Had he agreed to pay her out, do you guys think this situation would still have been the same? Do you think all these people would have came out? Probably not. But $30 million is a lot of motherfucking money. And it was going to hit the tabloids regardless. In my eyes, I think he should have paid that money, though, because he had it. He should have paid the money. If he paid the money, he probably wouldn't be in this situation right now. And this is why I also tell you, gentlemen, you're going to pay. With women, if you don't pay on the front end, you're going to pay on the back end. Be mindful when you deal with these girls. That's why I see a bunch of girls. I'm telling y'all, no bullshit. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I see a bunch of girls that look at me and they be choosing like they looking like they want me to come approach them. In my head, I'm like, baby, I'm gonna just look at you, but I'm good. Because I already know it's finna be some shit. Like, I already know I'm good. Like, when I get to my level of success and I'm gonna put a little bit of bread aside in a little account. That's my spending account. Okay, cool. Past that, we ain't doing that. So let's go back through some of the shit Diddy did. So in 1991, yeah, we ain't looking for no trouble, that part. It says Combs promoted a celebrity basketball game at the concert of City College of New York where 9 people died and 29 people were injured. This is 1991, the CC New York tragedy. The gym had a capacity of 2,700 people, but as many as 5,000 people showed up to the event, which didn't have enough security to control the throng. After organizers closed the doors and stopped letting attendees in, people outside broke the gymnasium doors and rushed the lobby, causing a stampede. Then the New York City Mayor David Dinkins' administration published a 67-page report called A Failure of Responsibility that cited Combs for hiring inadequate, inexperienced security. Combs settled a slew of lawsuits. Slew is a lot. That means a lot, like over 10. From family members of attendees who died at the gymnasium, finalizing the last suit in 2000. And he didn't expect for it to go like that. But look, right there, he's connected to 9 people and 29 people who were injured. 9 people died. That was in 1991. In 1995, the Jake Robles shooting. So Combs and Death Row Records co-founder Suge Knight were once friends. 9 people, yeah, if you go back, that's the thing. So he's had a long history, and that's why the Fed's looking like, okay, you're this kind of person, and you're affecting all these kind of people. You have to be mindful. That's why I tell y'all see this shit. This is going to be big one day. The Adam effect is going to be bigger than we know. But because I'm affecting all y'all people, let me make sure to tell y'all, be smart, do this, do that, don't do nothing negative, don't commit no kind of crazy acts in my name, under the Adam name. It's no need to do all that. 9 people died, yes. In 1995, him and Suge Knight were once friends, but the animosity that fueled the violent rivalry between Death Row and Bad Boy started once Knight's friend and security guard was killed outside an Atlanta nightclub after an argument with the Bad Boy camp. Next person that died. The men were celebrating musician Jermaine Dupri's birthday at Platinum City Club when, as then Full County Sheriff Deputy Chris Howard told police, an argument began between the members of Bad Boy and Death Row Records' entourage. I'm trying to skip through. The person, according to the Times, the person then jumped into the car carrying Combs' associate. Robles died weeks later at Atlanta hospital. It says Combs has denied involvement in the shooting, which Knight reportedly held him responsible for. That's another one. And they say he was connected supposedly to Pac's Tupac. For those of you who don't know Tupac, they say he was connected to Tupac's shooting as well, and a bullet that supposedly almost hit Suge on the head or whatever, and it scraped him or whatever. Attacking Steve Stout. So in 1998, he attacked Steve Stout. In 1998, Combs and 2 other men attacked Steve Stout after the music executive, then Nas's manager, erroneously sent MTV a version of Combs and Nas' Hate Me Now music video, which contains scenes depicting Combs as Jesus Christ being crucified. Combs wanted the crucifixion scene deleted from the video and was enraged that it played on air. Stout said Combs and the 2 men barged into his New York City office and attacked him with a champagne bottle. He was charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief. Stout claims that his arm and jaw were broken in the attack, but Combs denied any bones were broken to MTV. Also telling the network, I basically went into his office, and what happened in his office, I can't really speak about it, but I can say this. The way I handled myself in his office was completely wrong, and I've since apologized to Stout about that, and I felt like, I just disappointed myself. Combs was sentenced to a 1-day anger management class. Another time he was spared. That was another time. The New York shooting in the club in 1999. In December 1999, Combs and his Bad Boy signee, Jamal Shine Barrow, were partying at the club in New York when Diddy knocked the drink out of Matthew Scar's Allen hands. Allen got into an argument with Combs and someone threw money in Combs' face. Allen also threatened to kill Shine. Prosecutors allege that amid all the fray, all 3 men drew guns and Shine shot 3 times in a crowded club. 3 people were shot. Combs, who was arrested with 2 9mm guns in his car, was charged with 4 weapon charges and for bribing his driver to claim that the guns were his own. You see that? A witness in the trial said she saw both Shine and Combs shoot their weapons, but Combs was acquitted on all charges, while Shine was found guilty of 5 of his 8 charges and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. And that's what I'm saying. When y'all, as a man, y'all got to realize this. When you get lucky, you keep getting lucky. Like, my main thing is this. When it comes to effing with the law, right? When you keep getting lucky, and this is why I left the street game, the dope game, whatever you want to call it. You can't keep getting lucky. You're not going to keep getting lucky for the rest of your life. Make a killing and get out. But when it comes to all that, riding around like you big bad wolf, you know, you trying to gang bang and all that, it's not smart because you will not keep getting lucky. You're going to get caught up. This was another time where he was lucky and he was acquitted on all charges. They kept letting him go. The reason why they probably kept letting him go is because they probably saw something in him, once again, that he didn't see in himself. They probably seen he was doing what he was supposed to do that he couldn't see in himself, or, right, or he had enough money to bribe them. He got the money to where he could bribe them. That's the thing. So in J. Cole, we fast forward to 2013, the scuffle with J. Cole. In 2013, Combs was allegedly involved in an altercation with J. Cole at a 2013 VMA party. Everybody knows about this one, and if you don't, please pay attention. Multiple sources alleged to Complex that a visibly intoxicated Combs accosted Kendrick Lamar about his fiery verse on the Big Sean's Control. Yeah, this is the Control verse, where he bragged he was the king of New York. Combs allegedly tried to pour a drink on Kendrick before Cole intervened and they got into a fight. The New York Post, however, reported that the scuffle occurred after J. Cole was saying inappropriate things to Sean Combs and his girlfriend, Cassie. Cap, J. Cole ain't even like that. But who knows? Because I've actually met people who met, like, J. Cole's performed at my college before, and they said, like, supposedly he's an asshole, like, he acts like he's famous. But shout out to Cole, though, Cole World. So, I don't know. Yeah, J. Cole with the dub. He said he was saying inappropriate things to him. A witness told him that some pushing and shoving happened, no punches were thrown, but it was a visible disturbance. Both men immediately denied a fight took place, though Cole later rapped, "My last scrap was with Puff Daddy, who would have thought it?" He allegedly punched Drake in 2014. Combs punched Drake over the rights to the beat. That became Drake's 0 to 100. The two got into an argument outside of Live nightclub. Shout out to Live. That's back home during DJ Khaled's event for Basil Weekend. Words were exchanged and reportedly then blows, with Combs telling Drake, "You would not disrespect me." Combs has denied punching Drake, telling the radio show, "I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake's my friend." Fights at the UCLA coach, 2015. More of the story, he's been in a lot of stuff. So the last 3 things was the fight at the UCLA. Gina Hughes, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Gina's alleged abuse, where she told blogger Tasha K that Combs physically abused her throughout their 5-year relationship. She claimed he once stomped on her stomach, causing her to lose breath, and also punched her in the back of her head. She told Tasha K that he was mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one, she's the good one. She also said that everyone in Combs' circle allowed the abuse to occur. So, like I said, multiple instances. And then, of course, the last one was when Cassie filed the civil suit, and there was a Jane Doe that, recently came out in 1991 for rape and revenge porn. And there's a bunch of sexual assault. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot. Like, it keeps going down. There's a lot. And it's about all the times he settled. It's a lot. Like I said, y'all go to Rolling Stone. If y'all go to Rolling Stone, y'all can read it. Yeah, we can't say he didn't deserve it. We can't say he didn't deserve it. He did too much. When you start doing too much, you got to catch yourself. In my city, we say you mutton it. When you mutton it, that's when you doing too much. When you mutton it, you doing too much, you got to chill. Let me see what else I got here. So like I said, we have to look at this and learn from this. So the Diddy lessons to learn, right? The lessons to learn are these as follows. 1, toxic relationships are not mutual. So even if a woman stays, and gentlemen, like I said, get your notebook out, right? Hold on. Get your notebook out. Take you some notes, because you need these notes. You need these gems. 1, when it comes to Diddy lessons, hold on. Let me put this right here so y'all can see it. Diddy lessons. 1 second, y'all. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, man. Drop a like, leave a comment. All right, so Diddy lessons, right? So first things first. Toxic relationships are not mutual. So if a woman stays with you in an abusive or toxic relationship, she's staying because at this point, she can only benefit if she ever goes to the cops. Okay? She can only benefit. She will not lose. She can use that. If you ever want to leave, she can use that and put that over you. And that's probably what a lot of women did in these situations, because this is a man with money. And I'm going to keep telling you guys, ladies always act like they have options, but always understand women have options that they don't want. Imagine if multiple men were dealing with them or trying to get at them with money, they would be with the man with most money. So when it comes to being a man who gets into that millionaire status and then billionaire status, it's not easy to find another man. So please believe me when I say, you know, you stuck being that billionaire or millionaire, right? A woman sitting at home trying to figure out how to set you up. One sec. My bad, the phone dying. A woman sitting at home, right? She's trying to figure out how to set you up to where you can't leave her. And that's in multiple ways. So kids, abuse, you know, tying in finances. These are the things that women think about at their own play. They're like, okay, how can I make this guy stay with me? Okay, did I rub his back? Did I make him food? They sitting there at home. You see how I'm moving like this? They sitting there at home like this. Oh man, how can I do this? How can I make this guy stay with me? What can I do? All right, did I clean the house? Okay, cool. Does he want to eat? Oh, he doesn't want anything from me. He's a millionaire. He's a billionaire. What can I do? Okay, I got to get pregnant. All right, I'm going to put this thing on him when he comes back home. Oh my God, he wants to use condoms. Okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? That's how women are sitting there thinking at home. They won't tell you. They won't tell you because if you knew, you'd laugh. You'll be looking at this girl like, yo, you're a Looney Tune. You're a Looney Tune. What the hell's wrong with you? Chill. That's how they be at home. They be at the crib like, yo, how do I make this man stay with me? This is the best relationship I've been in. Like I said, guys, I'm saying this from a perspective of not even being a billionaire. And I've had girls obsess over me. Imagine as a billionaire. Imagine what to expect as you can't even begin to imagine the kind of influence you have, people being nice to you because of what you're worth. You can't begin to imagine how women are throwing themselves at you while you have a girl, because they know that potentially if they can throw themselves at you, they might even try and get at your girl, because if they can get to you and your girl, they gonna get some bread. It's a different life. It's a different life. You may never even experience that life. I plan on being a billionaire. I'm trying to experience that life. But you might never experience that life. So what you got to understand is they move in different type of circles. What they doing, I'm telling you, these women are not just sitting there complicit like, oh my God, don't beat me up. No, they setting that shit up. They like, okay, I'm finna piss this nigga off. I'm finna piss him off so that when he turn up on me, I'm gonna let him knock my ass out, knock my lights out a couple times to where I have some scars, and then I'm gonna go in the bathroom and take pictures. And I'm gonna save those pictures. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna act like it's all good, baby. I forgive you. You know, can I make you feel better? And I'm gonna just have them pictures there just in case he wants to leave me. Fellas, that's the game women play, whether or not you realize it. I've seen it in real time, okay? So yes, first gem is toxic relationships are not mutual. As the man, you will be the aggressor, no matter what. No matter what. And if you don't believe me, shout out to not Orlando Bloom. What's this man's name? What's the dude name that plays Captain Jack Sparrow? I can't remember his name. Shout out to the white man. But shout out to, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, what's his name, guys? What's his name? I know the lady's name, I think, is Amber Heard. Amber Heard. Johnny Depp. Yes, shout out to you, Twan. Yes, Johnny Depp. So if you don't believe me, and this is the white man, let's use Johnny Depp as the example. They caught this girl doing all the stuff she did. She cut his finger. I think she cut off his finger with a knife or something. And they caught her in real time. And they was finna take this man to jail, saying that he abused her and did all these things to her. Come to find out, she was the aggressor. But they still looked at him like, you should have just took it. For 10 years. You see that? Blackball for 10 years. Gentlemen, one thing about us ninjas, I'm not just talking about black people, I'm talking about men in general. One thing about us as men, which is why women laugh at us and play these games, as men, we are hard-headed. We be like, not my girl. Not my girl. My girl not gonna do that. Yeah, not my bitch. She ain't gonna do that. Oh, nah, not me. Not me. It's not gonna happen to me. Fellas, it can be you. I'm gonna bring this up again. I said this earlier. I'm gonna say this right now. You don't know who you're going to be in the future. Y'all seen how I came out swinging when I first started putting my videos. Reason why I kind of dialed it back is because I don't know who I'm going to be in the future. Sit there like a loyal dog, unfortunately, yes. And that's the beauty of feminism. You know, as men, you know, we sitting here trying to figure out, where do I fit in the world? You know, women don't need me and all this stuff. It's a lie. It's a lie. But what you have to understand is now with feminism, you're freed from being a woman's slave. You don't have to be her loyal dog. You can tell a woman, I'm going to deal with multiple women, and if you don't like it, leave. There are women out there who will deal with you on your terms, but you have to find those women. Like I said, I had a point in time in life where I was sleeping with 2 girls and they knew about each other. One of them ended up setting me up, right? Because she was mad, and that's fine. But like I said, keep this in mind. At the end of the day, when you get to a certain level, you pay the cost to be the boss. So when you get to a certain level, when it comes to that bread, that chicken, that cheddar, that guap, when you get a certain amount of money, women will happily share you because they know that they can't convince you to stay with them. And if they don't share you, they know that that you can find another dem in like 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. So please please understand me when I say this. The reason why I tell you guys to get leverage and focus on yourself is because if you focus on yourself as a man, you coincidentally will start attracting better women, higher quality women. You will start attracting women who must know your worth. And if they don't know your worth, they know that they will become replaceable. Either way, if they're replaceable, they know, okay, either I'm going to stay here or I don't. If I don't stay, okay, cool, but I might not meet another you. So always keep that in your head. But yes, toxic relationships are not mutual. And as the man, you will be the aggressor. Next gem that you guys need to take. The courtroom is not on your side. The courtroom's not on your side. They're not on your side as a man, especially if you got money. The more money you got, they're not on your side. Let me give you the other side of the spectrum. The less money you got, right? The less money you got, they still not on your side because guess what? Now they're giving you a lawyer. They're giving you a lawyer that you can't pay for. You think he's on your side? Do you think you're supposed to win? If they're giving you the lawyer that you can't pay for, do you think you're supposed to win? You're not supposed to win. That's why I say it's rigged against you. That's why I say stay away from the courtroom. If you got a couple chances to where you potentially had to go to court, guys, I've been in court. Guys, I'm not going to tell y'all too much of my life, but for example, I've been in court without a lawyer. Judge spoke. The other person came in with a lawyer. I'm telling you. So look. I was in, imagine going to court and you ain't got no lawyer and you sitting there, the judge asks you if you got anything to say because you don't know how the courtroom works. You sitting there and then you say something, okay, that's it. All right, so what are your closing statements? And you sitting there like, what the hell just happened? And boom, you got to pay. I've been there. Pay the cost to be the boss. Go get you some money. If you don't get you some money, you going to lose. You need to have money to pay the lawyer because if the lawyer can't do it pro bono, they're not going to help you. Like Twan said, a lawyer with 12 cases. Imagine you getting a lawyer that they provide to you. That lawyer has 12 cases in which they're all paying him for, right? Like I'm saying, like privately, he's getting paid by different people, right? They're paying him a high level of money. The lawyer that they provide to you, I'm pretty sure is paid a certain set amount of money to just do his job. Just doing his job is not freeing you. If he cares or if he or she cares, they're going to try and free you. But no, just doing their job, a lawyer, what they don't tell you, like I said, Neo in the Matrix, I'm going to tell you. When it comes to criminal law, right? A lawyer is a police officer. A lawyer is the officer of the court. So you have the police officers who are the officers of the law outside, right? And like I said, gentlemen, take notes. And then you have lawyers. Lawyers are police officers for the judge. So they direct the court proceedings. The judge does everything and manages everything, and they're directing the court proceedings. Going back and forth. I'm telling you, the more bread you have, the better off you are. Lawyers, another thing you don't know, like I said, I would have been a lawyer. As I was going to law school, I started seeing more and more of the same faces. You end up knowing each other. So they can know each other, and if you pay a certain amount, right? You pay a certain amount, they'll go behind closed doors and say, hey, I need you to do a favor for me. And all charges dropped. That's how it works. Lawyers are officers of the court. So when that lawyer comes with those 12 cases, right? When that lawyer comes with those 12 cases and he's getting paid the set minimum just for showing up for you, his job is not getting you free. His job is showing up for the money and saying, look, I'm going to do the best thing I can do in my power. I'm going to smile to you. I'm going to smile in your face. But deep down inside, I don't care whether or not you lose or win because unless it's going to affect my record, I don't have to care because I'm getting paid to show up. Y'all got to keep that in mind. Don't put yourself into a position to where you need a lawyer and you can't afford a lawyer. That's why I say stay away from the BS completely. Let me see. I already told you guys the whole thing with prostitution. Like I said, when you get in trouble for prostitution, it's because the government or the businesses don't benefit from you when you pay a woman directly. They'll benefit from the woman because she's going to spend the money, but they're not benefiting from you both. So keep in mind that some guys will take a girl out and still kind of pay for stuff. When you consistently get with a woman, you're going to start paying for stuff. As you pay for stuff, all the other entities benefit. And that's the way they do it, so that way it doesn't look like prostitution, right? The idea with the prosties is, you pay them directly. The government doesn't have their hand in it. That's why people don't like when you use cash. That's why they kind of got rid of cash. They say the cash stopped circulating. Like I said, Neo in the Matrix again. I see the numbers. Cash did not stop circulating. What it is because if people are paying in cash, people can hide their money. The government cannot touch that cash. Only when you go and pay for something with cash, the government's going to touch it. Or when you pay for something with taxes, that's when the government can touch it. But if you don't pay for anything with taxes, right, and you only pay cash, guess what? The government can't get access to it. So the perfect example, excuse me, y'all. The perfect example is scammers. The reason why the government don't like scammers is because when scammers get that money, they get that money cash, and they know that they can't go start no business with it or do whatever, something positive with it. They have to go blow the money. That's why scammers always got money to blow, because they have to blow the money. They can't turn it into something because the government can track that and turn around and say, where'd you get that money from? That's why they always paying in cash. Keep that in mind. But them getting rid of cash slowly, because in the future, I guarantee you, mark my words, I said it now, in the next 50 years, cash not going to be here. It's probably going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum and digital currency. And the reason why is because the government can regulate it and you can't cheat the system. If you cheat the system, there's always going to be a blip that's recorded. So I guarantee you they get rid of cash in the next 20 to 50 years, especially with all this AI shit. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, like I said, with the prosties, I got to remember, with the prosties, it's not going to work because at the end of the day, unless they stay quiet about it, and most women not going to stay quiet about it because they have to tell somebody. You do them wrong or something, or if you got clout, they got to tell somebody. They can't keep their mouth shut. So at the end of the day, if you dealing with prosties or whatever you doing, don't do it. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. Let me see. I already touched the takedown of powerful black men. Black men, shout out to my brothers and sisters everywhere. To my brothers, y'all got to be careful. If you become a man of influence, understand that they will go back in time. They're going to go back to people you know and see if you did anything wrong, especially if you push yourself out as a positive light, right? If you consistently put yourself out as a positive light, they're going to try and turn around and see all the dirt that they could get on you and look at all the things you did. You want to look, an example would have been Barack Obama. And I mean, he's half black, but you see what I'm saying with Barack Obama. They came out with all these things, all these scandals about him. And yeah, like you said with the Epstein case, with Epstein, you know, they killed him. And like I said, he was a white man, but they will come and get you. They will come and get you. When y'all see me post my stuff, the reason why I post the negatives too is because I would rather they hate me when I come into this game and when I step into this light versus them liking me. I don't want them to like me because every single person that I seen that they liked, every single person I seen that people liked on social media, they switched up on them and they started to hate them. No matter who it was, R. Kelly, Usher, they starting to like Usher again. But when they first liked Usher, then boom, a woman came and supposedly gave him herpes. People don't remember that because they kind of scrubbed it off the internet. Supposedly a woman gave him herpes and he was passing around herpes. Then everybody started hating Drake. I mean, not Drake. Everybody started hating Usher. Now they don't hate Usher no more. Chris Brown. Chris Brown came out. When Chris Brown came out, everybody loved Chris Brown when he was 16. When he was 19, a woman, he got with Rihanna. Supposedly he beat her up, and he did beat her up, but they don't tell you why he beat her up. Supposedly she gave him STDs because she was cheating on him. That's what happened. They don't talk about these things. But then after that, they hate on Chris Brown. They can't let that man never let it go. He was 19 years old. Yes, I'm telling you. Y'all, look, gentlemen, to my black brothers and sisters. Like I said, gentlemen, what y'all don't realize when it comes, they don't talk about it. Look it up. When it comes to the hood, when it comes to like dudes getting caught up, beat up, shot, all that, most beefs that go down in the hood is behind a woman. They won't tell you that. Most times, I'm talking about 95% of times, you can literally watch the pieces and connect the dots back to a woman that was there orchestrating everything. And you'll never see it coming. Like I said, Neo in the Matrix. I peeped this. I'm sharing it with y'all because I care. Most people are scared to speak. We live in a world where everybody's scared to speak because they'll try and get you. I've accepted the fact that if they try and get me, it is what it is, and that was my destiny. But like I said, most people scared to speak. So I'm telling you guys, shout out to the men everywhere. I'm specifically talking to black men because I'm black myself. But to all men, what you guys need to understand is we are not above the law. We'll never be above the law, no matter how much money, how much influence, how much pull. You can't kill enough people. You can't put a bag on everybody's head. Even if you had if you had Jeff Bezos money, you're still not above the law. If you had Mark Zuckerberg money, you're not going to be above the law. And the reason why you're not going to be above the law is because that's not how the game works. The game is, and like I said, man, the game is sold, not told, man. I ain't even put my thing up, but if y'all want, y'all could donate though. But yeah, the game is a pyramid. So the law is at the top of the pyramid, right? You see the way a pyramid works. Try and scale a pyramid from the side. You can't scale a pyramid from the side. Or you can, and when you get to the top, right? The game is designed to keep you in it, exactly. When you get to the top of the game, you can't stay at the top of the pyramid. You can't stand. Imagine the pyramid, guys. Imagine the pyramid. You cannot stand at the top of the pyramid forever. You can't balance on top of the pyramid forever. No matter what you do, you'll never stay on top forever. You're going to fall back down. It's just how the game is designed. I don't know why it's like that. That's why I say it's the Matrix. Shout out to the Matrix. I love all 3 movies, all 4 movies, whatever. But it describes life so perfectly. It's deep. And like I said, I study philosophy. So I look at things from a deeper perspective, from a philosophical perspective. That's why I say these things. But when it comes to the pyramid game of life, once you get to the top, it's not lonely at the top. It is lonely in the sense that you can't really trust nobody. But now you're going to have people around you. It's people there. But everybody can't stay at the top forever because imagine the top of the pyramid. You can't balance on it forever. You're going to get tired. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to pull you down. This God's words, this too shall pass. Exactly. And like I said, even then, let's say you beat all pitfalls. The one thing we can't beat and the one thing that's promised in this life is death. So when you die, back into the ground you go. And where's the ground in this game of life? The ground is at the floor. No matter where you at in this world, where's the ground? The ground is the bottom. So no matter what, you can't beat the game of life. You can't. So yeah, like I said, men, you are not above the law, especially black men. We are not above the law. Keep that in mind no matter how much money you make. If you start to pop your shit, I seen it in my own city when I was coming out the hood. People was hating on me for popping my shit, right? Talking with my mouth. When you start to pop shit, they'll show you that you are a nigga. Or they'll show you that you are a black man, right? And you can't beat that game. Cool. All right, cool. Even with the white men, right? They get somewhat more of a pass, but they still aren't above the law. Examples are Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, right? And in those cases, I think it's because those men were, excuse me. In those cases, I think those men were aesthetically unappealing, and I think that's why they didn't get a pass, because they're ugly, right? And I'm not hating. Like I said, we men here, I could say if a dude's ugly or attractive, whatever. So, and shout out to the alphabet boys and girls, LGBTQIA+. But like I said, those men were not aesthetically appealing or pleasing, and I think that's why they got caught as white men, because if they were aesthetically pleasing or they weren't ugly or whatever, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have gotten the same kind of, same kind of treatment because of pretty privilege, right? Like I said, black men, please pay attention to how they try and take down our powerful examples, because they do it consistently to let us know that we'll never be above their power structure. Also, last 2 things before I go, because I'm about to go. Be careful of the relationship that you have with women you don't know, because you don't know who you will be in the future. So when you meet a woman for the first time, gentlemen, I know you want to sleep with that girl, and I always even tell you, if you don't have to take a girl out or whatever, you don't have to date her. You said crazy was proved to not only be them and the whole case disappeared. Yes, exactly, with the white men. That's a whole nother stream for later. That's why I can't even touch it. But yeah, when it comes to the women you deal with, when you meet a girl, I know you want to sleep with her, but please vet that girl first, because you don't know who she knows and you don't know where her past is. You don't know what she's done. And if you think you don't have to do that, ask women if they do that. They won't tell you, but yes, women ask you for your full name, right? So they can look you up and see if you've done anything. They'll never tell you that though. I'm giving you guys gems. So when a woman asks your name, when she tries to know what your full name is, it's so she can look you up on Google to see if you've ever been in a pen, if you've ever been arrested for anything, what comes up when she's talking to you or whatever, right? I had one girl, you know, I do the dating game. I talk about the dating game, Cracking the Code, my podcast, right? She hit me up. Like, she seen me, she wanted to get to know me and stuff, and she was asking me to be like her pretend boyfriend on social media, you know, for YouTube streaming and stuff. She was like, yeah, you know, I want you to be my pretend boyfriend so we could, oh shit, my bad, phone dying. She said, I want you to be my pretend boyfriend so we could make money on social media and stuff. And I was like, really? I'm like, why? She's like, oh, you know, you're attractive and all that, and, you know, I think it would be fun, and I'll let you do whatever you want to me and all this stuff. I'm like, all right, sounds good, sounds good. So, you know, she's like, who are you? I'm like, oh, you know, my name's Blac Adam, you can look me up. She seen, you know, what I talk about and all that, and she probably felt like she couldn't play me, because I'm like, bro, I don't care about having access to your body. I care about making this bread. So am I going to be paid for doing this? Like, I'm not just going to be doing that just because I get access to you. And that's what I'm saying. These are the kind of games that women play. Those are the kind of games that women will play with you and you won't see coming. So she's like, yeah, you know, she told me I could have access to her body and do whatever I want to her. Basically, I could sleep with her for whatever, so long as I'm her pretend boyfriend on camera. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what about money? Right? And she's like, oh, who are you really? And she's like, you look familiar or whatever. She looked me up. She seen what I talk about. She seen she couldn't play me. And she blocked me on everything. And I was just like, damn, this how I was. I was like, fuck. Look, gentlemen, I'm telling you, look, I can't even tell you all the setups, man. I had this one girl one time. I used to deal with her a couple years ago. And I was talking to this other girl. And the other girl asked me to take her like somewhere, right? And I knew it was set up. That's why I don't really go to women's houses. So she was like, can you come to my crib or whatever? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come through. So I came through. So I peeped the doors open. I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all gems. I peeped the doors open. I'm looking, I'm like, so where you at? She like, oh yeah, you know, my door's open, you can come in. I'm talking about the doors wide open. The doors wide open. Yeah, she would let me hit before paying. I'm gonna go back and explain that. So the door's wide open. She's like, you can come in. I'm like, why the fuck would I come into a wide open door? I come in. This is a different woman, right? I come in. I kid you not. I see the girl I used to deal with sitting right there on the bed. I'm looking like, what kind of setup? In my head, I'm like, damn, I should have kept the glizzy on me. I ain't had the glizzy. I'm like, damn, the glizzy's in the whip right now. Damn, I should have kept the glizzy on me. And she's like, oh, why do you look like that? Do you guys know each other or something? Knowing that I know this girl. These are the kind of games women play. Y'all got to be careful. But yeah, nah, she wanted me to hit because she found me attractive. And that's why she was like, oh, I'll let you hit and stuff. And I was like, and really, it's not that she wanted to let me hit. And that's why I tell you, gentlemen, we have to rise above our urges. I have risen above sex because I've had a lot of it. And I mean, I enjoy it, but I understand that women don't only have sex with you because they like you. Another gem, guys. Like I said, donate to the Cash App. Women don't only have sex with you because they like you. Women use sex to control you. When you get to that level of game, you're looking at this shit like, damn. And that's why most pimps don't really sleep with their girls like that. They don't sleep with their girls like that because if she puts you, like I said, I'm giving y'all the pimp game, man. I can't be telling y'all all this, but yeah, most pimps don't sleep with their women. Like a true pimp probably does not sleep with his girls like that or barely sleeps with her. And the reason why is so that way he can control her because she's going to try to use the sex over him. If he doesn't care about the sex, she can't control him because that's the only thing women have on you. Whether or not you realize it, the only thing women can do and really control you with is sex because, and like I said, gems, I got to donate to that Cash App, man. Every single thing that a woman has to offer, right? Whether it's her money, whatever, society tells her to keep that for herself. So the only thing she actually has to offer you is her body. But like I said, y'all come to Cracking the Code for all that. All I'm saying is be careful of who you get into a relationship with because you don't actually know this person until you know this person. And on top of that, as a man, you don't know who you're going to be in the future. You may become Diddy, pause, not in the sense of doing all the extracurricular activities that he does, but I'm saying with that money, you might get that bag. And if you get that bag and people know you got that bag, they try and get some of that bag. Feel me when I say that. People are going to proposition you. They'll be extra nice, asking for a handout. And when you get to that level, you're going to have to kind of distance yourself from everybody you know. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And the reason why is because you don't know who to trust. I think it's better to be around people you don't know because you already are assuming that you can't trust these people because you don't know them. But even the people you know, you'll be shocked at what they do when they find out you have money. I know from experience. Feel what I'm saying? I know from experience. Gentlemen, before I go, I tell you guys always, gentlemen, I tell you guys all these things about women because I've lost 5 figures. I'm talking about 5 zeros. I'm not talking about low level like 10 bands. I'm talking about upwards like 90 bands. I've lost 90 bands playing with these women. 90. I'm supposed to be up right now. Believe it or not, I'm down. 90 bands. If I'm lying, I'm flying. 90 bands before I caught myself and said, what am I doing? 90. Shout out to Twan. If you know, you know. 90. 5 figures playing with these girls. And guess what? I looked up and I looked back and I have nothing to show for it. So, gentlemen, moral of the story, be careful what you do with these girls. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We're going against the function. The devices and tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines. We are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. I'm back here tomorrow with course correction for men. Like I said, y'all come through, soak up this game, man. I'm giving y'all gems. And I'm telling y'all, if like I probably put my life on like media or something like cinema because, bro, I've lived a movie. And I'm just getting started. Like right now, when I pick back up this bread, I'm gonna do things a little different. But I'm telling you what I've seen, guys. Opinionated statements, right? Opinionated statements, but all my statements are rooted in facts. And we could go and ask the girls I've been with if my life was a movie when I was with them. Life has always been a movie for me because I like to have fun. So we done seen some stuff, we done did some stuff, and it's all love, it's all hate, but it's all love. But I mean, they had a good time. Past that, like I say, y'all come through tomorrow, soak up this game. Shout out to you guys if you tuned in. Did he do it? Yeah, he did it, but shit, we'll see what happens. He's probably going to jail for a long time. Y'all take care. Be safe, man. Peace. Y'all know what it is.